Hello all, welcome to Ferdinandtutorials. According to a report in 2011, approximately 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted every year. This represents around 1/3 of all food generated for human consumption. Now, also a report in 2009 says that half of the fruits and vegetables harvested in the tropics are lost as a result of fungal spoilage. I don't know if you're getting it. Now, an estimated 600 million, almost 1 in 10 people in the world, fall ill after eating contaminated food, and 420,000 die every year, resulting in the loss of 33 million healthy lives. So now, food spoilage and deterioration is no accident. It is a natural occurring process. To understand how to maintain the quality of food and prevent spoilage, we need to know what can cause this. Now, there are many factors that affect food spoilage. We look at about 8 factors here. Now, first is the microorganisms, enzymes, light, air, insects, physical damage, temperature, and time. Now, we'll take them one after the other. Microorganisms. Now, many types of microorganisms can cause food problems. The microorganisms that can cause foodborne disease are called pathogenic microorganisms. These microorganisms grow best at room temperatures, that's 60 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But most do not grow well at refrigerator or freezer temperatures. Pathogenic microorganisms may grow in foods without any noticeable change in odor, appearance, or taste. Spoilage microorganisms, including some kinds of bacteria, yeast, and molds, can grow well at temperature as low as 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, when spoilage microorganisms are present, the food usually looks awful or it smells what? Awful. So, number 2 factor that affect food spoilage is what? Enzymes. Now, enzymes are responsible for texture, color, and flavor changes. For example, as a banana turns from green to yellow to brown, not only does the color changes, but there is also a change in fruit's texture. This is as a result of what? An enzyme action. That's the number 2 factor. The number 3 factor there is air. Now, oxidation, a chemical process that produces undesirable changes in color, flavor, and nutrient content, results when air reacts with food components. When fat in foods become rancid, oxidation is responsible. Now, vapor-proof packaging that keeps air out helps to reduce what? These oxidation problems. The next one is light. Light exposure could result in color and vitamin loss. Light also may be responsible for the oxidation of fats. So the best is what? We reduce the light exposure of these what? Food materials. Now the next one is insects, rodents, parasites, and other creatures. These creatures require food to survive, and thus they damage food, making it more vulnerable for further deterioration. So that means we don't have to expose our food to these what? Insects, rodents, parasites, and other creatures. We have to store our foods properly. Now, physical damage. Bruises and cracks on raw produce leaves areas where microorganisms easily may grow. Improperly packaged foods, dented cans, and broken packages provide places for microorganisms, air, light, and creatures to enter. Gentle handling of food items will help maintain food quality and help what? Preserve it longer. Don't know if you are getting it. Now, the next one there is temperature. Temperature affects storage time, and food deteriorates faster at higher temperatures. Microorganisms, both spoilage and pathogenic, grow rapidly at room temperature. To slow microbial growth, the enzymatic and oxidation processes store food at lower temperatures. Are you getting it? So to lower the microbial growth, you have to do what? Store your food. Even the one you can't consume at that particular point in time, you do what? You store them at a lower temperature, not at a normal room temperature. No, lower temperature. The best for you actually. So the last one there is time. The last factor that causes food spoilage is what? Time. Microorganism needs time to grow and multiply. So I advise you to purchase reasonable quantities, especially of perishable foods, to help avoid long-time spoilage. Other reactions such as oxidation and enzyme action also require time to develop. So having known this problem, having known the factors that causes this microorganism, and we are highlighting some of the ways to prevent them. So knowing these factors, I think you can be able to prevent your food spoilage. Since you know that microorganisms spoils food, enzyme action spoils food, Light, exposure to light spoils food. Air also spoils food. I'm talking about oxidation here. Now, insects, rodents, parasites, and other creatures also what? Spoil food. They are also a considerable factor here in food spoilage. Physical damage, temperature, and also time also does what? Spoils food. Now, these things depends on how they are being exposed. Are you getting it? Not like temperature. When we mention temperature, you say anything called temperature affects food. No, we can reduce the temperature of a particular food in order to preserve it. Exposure to high temperature leads to food spoiling. So knowing this factor helps us to prevent food spoiling, because here we've known the problem. It's one thing to know it, it's another thing to do what? To apply it. So I urge us to see this thing today, study it, and also apply it in your daily living. Look at your neighbor, share it to them, and help them know more about what? Food spoilage. With that, we can reduce the number of deaths that happens in a year. So thank you for watching this video. See you all next Thursday. Bye for now.